Hi ladies! Do you love my massive hair? As you can see, I've already blow dried my hair, and of course I'm going to be straightening it. Here's what it looks like from the back. It's still huge and massive. So I'm going to be also in this video showing you how I cut and trim my hair. A lot of people has been asking for that, so here it is. So let's get started. I'm going to be using the Chi flat iron. It is the original Chi, so there's no temperature gauge. It's on or off. There's no temperature settings on it. I sprayed my hair with the Tresemme Heat Tamer spray. And you're going to be needing a brush, a bristled brush. So I've already got started. If you guys really want to see how I straighten my hair, I have another video on how I straighten my hair. So as you can see here, I am actually doing the chase method. And because I blow dried my hair prior, I'm only going to do like 2 strokes of heat on each part. And I'm basically done. And another piece. This process really took, that one side actually took a lot less time than it normally does. I don't know if I'm just being Speedy Gonzalez or something on it, but it normally takes me about 4 hours to actually straighten my entire hair. Well, it takes me about 4 hours to do my hair from wash, blow dry, and straighten. It normally takes me 4 hours. But this time it didn't take that long. So if you want to see more of how I actually straighten my hair and the chase method, you can click on my video called How to Straighten Curly Hair, and you'll see a whole video on me straightening my hair. Okay, half my hair is done. When I'm done with this side, I will be back to show you how I trim my ends and how I layered my hair. See you back in a minute. Before I cut, I'm going to measure. So we're just going to measure from the crown here all the way down to the end and see where we got. So I'm going to start here, that point, and I'm actually going to go all the way down to the ends. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm hoping you guys can. It's really thin at the bottom, but it's basically, well,
28 inches. And we're going to be trimming some of that off. So make sure you have a good pair of shears before you get started. That's going to be very important. Make sure they're nice and sharp. And first I'm going to show you how I trim my ends. First off, I put all my hair back because the front normally is not going to get bothered. Since my hair has grown a little longer over the years, because I've been cutting my own hair since I was in the 7th or 8th grade, and since it's actually longer now, I'm just putting in make sure that they're straight in between. Everything is straight in between my muscles. It's my neck. So I think I'm going to cut about this much off because it looks kind of thin. So take your scissors, and I'm just going to go straight across. If you're unsure about what you're finna do, make sure you double check over and over again. I'm getting hungry, so I'm trying to make this quick. So basically, I'm cutting this much because, as you can see, that's when it starts to thin out, and that's just very thin hair, and this is hold on to it. I'm gonna take it. I'll just cut it right across. Wait! Before we move on, I want to give my disclaimer. I was kind of iffy about sharing how I cut and trim my hair, but in fear of criticism from people who may be certified or went to school or have their own salons and basically telling me that I'm doing it wrong in some form of fashion. But in all honesty, I'm not cutting anybody else's hair. I'm not showing you how I cut other people's hair. I'm not getting paid to cut other people's hair. I'm actually just showing you how I personally cut my hair. And I've been cutting my own hair for about 16, 17 years now, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job. Granted that most of you probably is going to be your first time or something like that. Do know that if you mess up, your hair will grow back. You know, it will grow back, but please be careful. Now back to our program. This is basically what you have left. That's what, it's almost 3 inches. Almost. Okay. Now, as you can see, the difference. So now I'm going to be cutting in the front. So how I do the front, from the both sides of your ears, continue to go all the way up. Basically, this is the front portion of your hair that you're going to be dividing.
Daddy's head.
then you have the front portion of your hair, as you can see here. This is what we're going to be basically working with. It's not completely straight. I normally don't make it completely straight, but for the sake of this video, I'll make sure that I try to do straight as possible. Okay. So there you go. So this is the part that I layer. I don't mess with this. This is the part that I like to layer, trim, and cut. Shh. Mommy's talking, okay? So,
Okay.
First off,
Mommy.
Yana.
There.
Thank you. I'm going to take the middle portion, basically from, I guess, your cowlick, and put it in another section.
2, 3. Wait.
Roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't ever cut it perfectly. But just a rough gather. And you're going to take the ends as you can see. I've gathered more in the back than I normally have, because there's a part in there that's another section of long hair. So we're going to make sure it's straight. We're going to take our shears. You can grab it down here or grab it up. I'm grabbing it up because I can't see to cut it. And I'm just going to cut it straight across, just like that. It's hard for me to show you without having it fall all on the floor. See? Okay. Now I'm going to take the other side. Let's grab a little bit of the front, and we're going to just trim in an angle. So we're going to do for the remainder, we're going to just trim it down at an angle. If I can get my hands right. So we're going to just trim like that all the way down. So just, you're not really cutting the hair you just cut, you're cutting the sides. So it's like this. Make it. Do it one more time. It's just a rough swoop cut. The other side. I'm not left-handed, so. Now I would cut more, but again, I'm not really trying to cut a lot of my hair off. I'm trying to let it grow a little bit, so. And that's how I get those layers on the ends. And basically put it in a knot. I like to put my knot high because of the layers, and I don't want a knot, I don't want a dent so far back, but a dent in the middle, like right here, it's not as noticeable. Again, so I can start the curling process. So you take the hair, again, make sure it's pretty high, and I'm going to leave it like this basically for the rest of the day, and I'll come back tomorrow to show you the spirals that this look creates.